guys, I'm in the Grace Hopper Conference and I'm with Sana. Hi Sana, can you introduce yourself please?
I'm Sana Odeh. I'm a professor of computer science at NYU, and I'm also affiliated computer scientist with NYU Abu Dhabi. I'm also a global computer science faculty for NYU, and I am the founder and chair of Arab Women in Computing.
Oh my god, you're doing so many great things.
And also, I'm actually I'm the chair and founder of the International Hackathon for Social Good in the Arab World.
Wow, how do you find time to do all these things?
I know, it actually, the way all of this started is that NYU opened a university in Abu Dhabi, and I went there to start the computer science department. And when I arrived, I wanted us to be an American university, but part of the region, and wanted to do collaboration with the Arab world and also connect us to the international community. And outside of building the department and hiring people and setting the curriculum, I really wanted to find collaboration projects. So I was pleasantly surprised to find the number of women computing in the Arab world is really high. So it's 50 or more percentage, which was really exciting. So I organized a Women in Computing conference in the Arab world in Abu Dhabi, at NYU Abu Dhabi in 2012. And that was so successful, and we decided to start an Arab Women Computing organization, and we connected it to ABI, so it became part of Sisters here in the US, and also part of ACMW, and then we became part of the leadership on Grace Hopper Conference, so we have always a strong presence. We have receptions and tech talks, and actually the co-chair is also the co-chair for Grace Hopper Conference. And this year we have the Abby Award. Change agent is Palestinian from Gaza Sky Geeks, and she's also one of the leaders for Arab Women Computing in Palestine. So we're so proud of her. Unfortunately, she couldn't come because the Israelis didn't allow her to come to the States. But we're so proud of her. We're very honored to have somebody like her to be representing Arab Women Computing. We've also, I was able to get money from the Qatar Computing Research Center for the last 2 years to bring 7 women from the Arab world, professors and students and entrepreneurs and people from industry, to Grace Hopper. So we really have a strong presence, and we're doing great. I'm very proud of that.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. I'm really impressed by everything you're doing for this community and for other communities. It's really huge. Can you tell us a little bit about your daily job? What do you do exactly?
So I'm a professor, which means that I'm teaching, computer science courses. So I teach basically, and then I meet my students, or I have office hours. And outside of that, I'm doing my research. So I'm also leading research on Arab Women Computing, and I'm doing a comparative study. So we have about 7 collaborators, research scientists from around the world that are working on this project. We are doing research on the representation of women in computer science in the Arab world, students, faculty, entrepreneurs, and industry in the tech field. And we're also looking at the challenges and the opportunities for Arab women computing, because it's really different from here, but also very similar from here. So even though there is high percentage of women in academia, but when they go out to the work field, just like here, there is discrimination.
Yeah, what happens? Like from 50%, it drops to, I don't know, what is the percentage there? But what's the problem?
Right, it's really hard to understand. It's very complicated, and that's why we're doing the research. But one of the issues is we find that, first of all, we don't have a huge technology sector. We have the traditional technology center, and that's sector, and that's sort of, discrimination is prominent there. But we do have a new tech scene, which is really cool, and it's very different than Silicon Valley, actually, and it's very progressive, and women are very prominent, and VCs are supportive of women. And then you see that 40% of entrepreneurship winners are women.
Oh,
so there is that, and you'll see a lot of women actually now pursuing entrepreneurship. You have a girl, Nablus Lamia, who actually invented a charger that is twice better than the Apple charger, and in 1 month she was able to sell $100,000, and she's only 22 years old.
Wow,
that's
impressive.
And we have women from Gaza who are programming for NASA. We have the Gaza Sky Geeks, which is the first incubator in Gaza Strip, and most of the entrepreneurs there are women. So, I mean, it's very exciting. I mean, when I'm traveling all over the Arab world, you've seen these women coders who are very empowered. We brought last year, one of our scholarship awardee was a woman from Saudi Arabia who started a developer Google group in Saudi Arabia, and she gets 500 women to attend her group. I mean, it's amazing. And they're hard, level developers. So you see that all over the Arab world, and women, but the problem is that we don't have PhD programs, which means that they don't go to schools and they don't go to finish their degrees, and that's why we really need, and hopefully that Google or other company will step in and then sponsor a lot of these women to go finish their PhDs. And also we're trying to change our attitude about working women in the Arab world and saying actually women are hard workers, and having flexibility is a good thing, just very similar to here.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really I am impressed. I didn't know you just started this interview. I am impressed with everything you're doing. It's
Thank
really
you.
amazing. Is there anything you want to say about the Arab women in computing, the goal for Arab women in the US or outside the US?
Yes, I think that it's really important to build an international network, because first of all, we have Arab women all over the world. So this organization is for everybody. I mean, I am in New York and partly in Abu Dhabi, but we have Kauthar, my co-chair, who's an amazing scientist at IBM, and she's in here based in the US. We have a lot of women from all over, from Europe, from the Arab world, that are part of this organization. So you can actually mentor people. If you can be an American or European and you would like to support us, you're welcome to be part of this network. So we also would like you to be, you can introduce a program of support or any initiative. You can mentor, you can give a technical talk. There's just so much you can do. You can help with social media, you can write a blog about us, you can do interviews, you can come give a workshop during our conference. We actually did 3 conferences that were very successful, and our next conference is going to be in Morocco in the summer. So hopefully you will be there and you'll be covering the conference. And I hope so. It would be like
so far away from here.
Yeah, but still, it's a great place to be. So I hope that everybody will take part. And again, it's really an organization for everybody, and we need everybody to be a supporter of our women community. It's our time to lead. It's our time as women. Technology is the future. Technology is about innovation, decision making, and as women everywhere, we cannot afford not to be part of the future and the decision making, the innovation, and to be also, making a future for us that is about us, about our priorities, about our goals. And it's really, it would be on us if we don't start from now to be part of that world that we want to live in. And we should be building our future by ourselves, and technology is the future, and we have to be part of that. So it is our time to be leading.
Yep, it's our time. And it's our time for the rapid fire questions. Okay, it's very easy. They are not hard or anything.
Okay.
First question, coffee or tea?
Tea. I used to be a coffee addict till I moved to Abu Dhabi, and I couldn't find my coffee around the corner. I was so upset every day, and then I switched to green tea, and I'm very happy.
Oh, that's good. And then green tea all over no coffee anymore?
No coffee. I go to New York and I smell it, and that's the only time I miss it. But you know what? I have no headaches anymore, and I have more energy, and it just, I really feel invigorated. I like it more.
Maybe I should stop drinking coffee then. Okay, second question. What do you spend money on that makes your life easier?
Travel.
Yeah, I think you spend a lot of money on travel, and it makes your life easier.
Yeah, it makes me happy. So it really makes me happy, and it energizes me. That's why for me it's food is it's very helpful for me. I need to travel to relax and be inspired and be normal, to feel invigorated and challenged, and to go to places that not the average person would go there. It's just to really be challenged and inspired, and to be raw, and I love it. I find it just very restorative.
Do you have any tips for long flights?
Oh yes. Try to upgrade to like mileage. But I think the thing is take take something that you can sleep on the flights for and it really works for me because then when I arrive I have to be teaching.
Yeah.
So make sure to sleep a few hours on the plane, and then when you get there you're up and running. I think that helps. And also when you arrive you need to also take a pill for 1 or 2 nights, and then you will be okay.
Okay. Next question. So this is a question that is a little bit, I don't know if I should ask it, but I can cut it later.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm trying. It's hard when you're moving between 2 countries. Yeah, it's very hard.
Okay, then you're okay. I'm not gonna cut that. Next question. What's the first thing you do in the morning before you go to work, and besides brushing your teeth?
Drinking tea. Boiling the water to drink tea.
Okay, good. Do you listen to music when you work? What kind of music?
I love jazz and I love R&B also. I listen to a lot of R&B. And I have always, when I work, my friend is Jason King, and he has an R&B on NPR, a show, and you all should listen to it, and he has amazing music. And I usually put it in the background. Okay. And I love listening to his voice.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's really wonderful.
Okay. What's your favorite app?
My favorite app. I would say probably finding restaurants, so Yelp.
A coding question, what's your favorite language to code in?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're working on. So if you're doing light projects, front end, of course, JavaScript. If you're doing, back end, Ruby's, it's really fun to program
Do you have a favorite?
I love Ruby's. I think it's...
Good.
Python.
You like
Python is... I love teaching with Python, especially for intro to computer science, because it really gets them exciting. It focuses on the solution, not the syntax, so it's a good language as well.
Nice. What's the most useless gadget you bought?
Most useless gadgets. I don't buy a lot of gadgets, but let me see. I was thinking of buying the Apple Watch, but I would think that would be the most useless gadget. I stopped myself before buying it.
That's good. You're a good person. You stop yourself before buying the stuff. Is there any product you want to work on? Either a product at Microsoft, since it's a Microsoft show, or a product outside Microsoft?
I would love to create basically an interface, an application or an app, first for mentoring. That would be great for Arab women especially, and for international women. That it's similar to the dating apps.
Yeah.
I mean, really, can we build something like that? It would be really great to do something like that. It would be tremendous. And the other one is also for hackathons, because I have the International Hackathon for Social Good. And most of the applications, like we would have to use, Slack for something for communication, and then Trello for management, and then Facebook for, so all these different interfaces. So it would be really great to also build a platform for hackers.
Right. These are great ideas. Okay, what's your advice for younger generation?
My advice is to really, be excellent in whatever you do, and work really hard. And also, not only that you have to be excellent, but you really have to fight for yourself in a way. You have to have great stamina. You have to experience as much as possible of life, and pursue your passion, because if you do that, you will work hard at it, you will succeed, and you will make money also. But also try to make a difference. And I think anyway, when you're passionate about something, it means that you are making a difference in the world somehow. And I think that always a recipe for success. So really do things well, pursue your passion, work hard at it, and have an impact, and and be yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Sana. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being on Girls.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful. I can't wait to start watching your show now. And you're a great interviewer.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah, say more of that on the microphone. Okay, thank you. Say bye.
Bye.